Hey guys, Mark here, hope you're well today. Well, we're here at Crescent Honda, here in the south of England, testing the 2020 CB500. If you want to know what I think about it, stay tuned and I'll let you know. So, hi guys, hope you're all well, Mark here. Well, we've got a very nice Honda CB500F 2020 model today, loaned to me by the guys at Crescent Honda. We're here in the south of England, got a beautiful summer's day, just lovely for testing bikes. So, this is a very popular model in the Honda lineup, A2 license compatible, so perfect beginner bike, or if you're experienced, it would make a great run around. Let's just run through these specifications, shall we? It's coming in at £5,599 retail, so with a bit of haggling you should be able to get that down a little bit. I would have thought there's some good deals on at the moment. This comes with the ever popular 471cc parallel twin, fantastic engine, loads of torque and pull from low RPM, and it's putting out the maximum 47 horsepower, 8,600 RPM. Torque is 43 newton meters at 6,500 RPM. This engine has 4% increase in power and torque, all due to, I believe it's some fantastic work they've done on the engine, revised inlet timing and a bigger airbox, just general things like that to give it more pull at low RPM. So just working around the bike, we've got a super light assist and slipper clutch. This one's got a nice little screen on it, full LED lighting all the way around. Tyres are 120 on the front, 160 on the back, just a single disc on this, wavy disc, Nissan caliper, providing all the stopping power. ABS comes as standard now in the UK. 17 litre fuel tank on these guys, and the best thing about these little engines is they are amazing on fuel. You should get around 70 to 80 to a gallon from this. £189 kilos wet weight, so not too bad in that respect, and a nice low 789mm seat height. So perfect for new riders needing to get their feet down. A preload adjustable rear suspension there, 5-way adjustable, and you've got the preload 5-way adjustable on the front forks. Comes in red or black, blue and white, and this very nice orange and white. These come in at 8,000 mile service intervals, so it's pretty easy on the pocket. So other bikes in this sort of range, you've got the brilliant CB500X. I had a bit of experience with one of those a few years ago. That's like a small adventure tourer. And if you're into sporty bikes, the CBR500R. So there's the basic specs on the bike, guys. I think it's about time we go for a little test ride. So guys, welcome aboard the Honda CB500F 2020. So, first thing you notice on this bike is how lovely and light it is. If you are a newcomer to biking, this is definitely one you want to be considering. Probably sort of also maybe the Kawasaki ZZ400, Yamaha's MT-03. Check those out, they're all on my channel as well. But this one is one I've been itching to ride for a while now. So straight away, you've got that lovely LCD dash showing you gear indicator, miles per gallon, revs, temperature, clock, turn signal indicators, all that sort of good stuff. So nice clear instruments there, very light clutch. It's one of the lovely things about these. So very nice, easy take on the clutch, and a lovely super easy slick gearbox too, so that's a good start. So as I say, we're here in the south of England, not far from Southampton. I'm not too familiar with these roads, so I'm going to kind of have to wing it a bit. So straight off, you can't help but notice how light this bike feels, and it's got an incredibly perky engine. I mean, this is a 471cc parallel twin, so when you can compare it to the competition like the Z400 or the Yamaha's MT-03, it's got that bit more pull when you open it up at low RPM. So this is kind of really, you know, its sweet spot is between about 3,000 and 6,000 revs is where it's going to really give its nice torque. Even though it's a twin, it's very, very smooth at the moment. We're just cruising along at 30 mile an hour, sort of urban environment, and it really is smooth. I mean, I believe these are made in Thailand, these bikes, but Honda, you know, always build lovely quality bikes, and this is no exception. It feels very solid, very well put together. Fit and finish all looks good. We'll have a look around it again at the end. But all the controls, all the clutch, everything feels really nice. So a second gear now, 2,500 revs, open her up. Yeah, that pulls very strong. I say if you're a newcomer to riding, there's an amazing array of bikes to choose from in this A2 licence category. I mean, I always talk about beginner, but I mean, when I learned to ride, it was 125. But I mean, a lot of more experienced riders are going to buy these bikes for sort of commuting on. I mean, they're a perfect commuter, or dispatch riding, or just weekend fun. You know, it's a bike for all types of riders, really. So let's just, as we're doing a bit of slow work at the moment, let's just talk about the various parts of the bike, shall we? So the mirrors, I can see my elbows quite a lot, but the rest of the view is super clear, so that's all lovely. Now the riding position, you're sitting sort of on top of the bike. You've got a very nice, high, commanding view of the road ahead. There's a tiny, tiny lean forward onto your wrists. Hardly anything, but you do notice it when you sort of first sit on the bike. The bars are nice width apart, not sort of adventure touring bike wide, but just nice, giving you lots of control. And just for sort of this sort of environment, slicing through traffic, it's really, really manoeuvrable, feels very light. As I said, clutch is super, super light, literally one finger operation for the clutch, and the gearbox is very, very positive on the up and the down. So obviously this bike is not that expensive, relatively speaking, so there's no electronic wizardry on this, there's no rider modes, there's no quick shifter, electronic suspension, but do you know what? The suspension feels set up absolutely perfectly. I've been on this for about half an hour so far, and it really feels nice, very plush in the suspension, and it's just the way it sort of changes direction. It's really, really fun. I think if you bought this as an all-round kind of do-it-all bike, you've made a really good choice. So guys, while we're just riding along here nice and steady, we're just going to check the fueling, make sure the fuel injection is smooth, no snatchiness, throttle response, etc. So we're doing fourth gear now, 30 odd miles an hour, 3,000 revs, and there's no hunting or surging in the fueling. All feels very smooth. Yeah, incredibly smooth actually for a twin. You know, I mean, we'll get the revs up later on and see how it performs there, but very smooth. Throttle response is very gentle, it's not abrupt or anything, very easy to manage the power. So fifth gear now, 30 mile an hour, and that's taking that absolutely fine. There's no sort of snatchiness in the transmission. This is obviously chain drive. So yeah, going back to the economy of these bikes, I had a CB500X for a few hundred miles a couple of years ago, and I was getting nearly 80 to a gallon out of that. Quite incredible economy these engines do. fourth gear, opening it up. Yeah, it really pulls well. That's nice. So comfort wise, the seat feels initially firm when you sit on it, but I've been on this about half an hour now, and it feels more comfortable now than when I first sat on it. Very supportive. It's quite narrow at the front, so you can get your knees down, legs down easily on the floor. But no, this is a lot of fun. I do like the little screen there. Just helps with a bit of wind protection. So slightly leaning forward riding position, and your legs are very slightly back behind your hips, the feet up slightly back, but all in all it's a very comfortable leg position. Plenty of room here. I would say if you're a bigger rider, sort of 6 foot plus, you'd still be okay on this. Some of these bikes are quite physically small. This one to me feels that little bit bigger. Obviously if you want something even bigger, go for the CB500F, which is quite a big bike. So we're just cruising along now. Nothing too fast at the moment. Just getting a feel for it. Yeah, it feels very chuckable from side to side. Just do a quick brake test. Front and back brakes going on now. Yeah, that's actually very strong for a single disc on the front. That's good stopping power. And the back brake is good as well, got lots of bite. Let's chuck it around that bend. Yeah, because this is very light, it's very sort of chuckable around the bends. It's not intimidating in the slightest. Just open these revs up a little bit. 5,000, 6,000. It's a tiny buzz coming through the bars. Nothing really that bad. So guys, yeah, so overall I'm very impressed with this so far. The riding position is very comfortable, gears are smooth, clutch is light. The engine, I would say, is about the best in its class in terms of its torque and pull. I mean, obviously it's A2 power, 47 or thereabouts horsepower, but so far I'm very, very impressed with it. It's well priced. I think the Z or the Z400 is a few £100 cheaper, but obviously do give this one a look if you're in the market for one of these. I will be reviewing the CB500X again soon, and the CBR500, but so far this is a lovely bike to ride. It's just so chuckable. It's totally fun. Can really give it some beans. It's very responsive. Let's try it around this roundabout. Oh yeah, great fun. Yeah, it really pulls well. That mid-range is very strong. So guys, we're on a motorway now. It's going to take her up to about 65, 70. See what she goes like. So there's your 60 miles an hour. Just under 5,000 revs. Open her up, pulls very nicely. So we're up at the legal limit now. Just over 5,000 revs. And that is pretty smooth. There's a tiny buzz coming through the bars and the foot pegs, but totally manageable. Nothing worse than any other sort of parallel twin I've ridden. And if anything, it's actually a lot smoother. So top marks to Mr. Honda, and we're currently averaging 76 to a gallon, so very impressive. So as a little bit of a sort of a distance mini tourer, you could easily do distance on this, I would say. This is holding 70 very well. Just slow it down a bit. I mean, top speed of this, I would guesstimate at about 110 miles an hour, something like that. Wind blast is not too bad either at this sort of speed. Absolutely fine. So yeah guys, for sort of high-ish speed cruising, 5 stars from me. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that short but sweet little review on the Honda CB500F 2020 model. All in all, a cracking bike. Good value for money. I would say probably the best engine in its class in terms of fuel economy, torque, pull, smoothness. We'll do a little walk round final thoughts in a sec, but generally speaking it's great fun, really good do-it-all kind of machine. And just to go through it all again, so the riding position, slightly leaning forward, leg position's nice, plenty of room here, seat is still comfortable now, I've been on the bike for well over an hour. Clutch, gearbox, good Honda reliability, so all in all a 5-star little motorbike, I would say. There we go. See what she's like into neutral. Yeah, very easy, very slick. So I'll just leave the engine running for you to hear its little parallel twin growl. So this is a new sort of exhaust with a dual exit there. So we'll just have a little final walk round, final thoughts. Nice strong brakes, even though it's just a single. I say the ABS is standard. Nice grippy tyres, 120, 160 on the rear. And they look like they are Pirellis, which is good, Pirelli Rosso. Do like the sort of naked bike styling of it. Very smart LED lights. Nice 8,000 mile service intervals on it. Very flickable. See what she's like to push around. So off the side stand, extremely light and extremely easy to push. There's nothing intimidating about that whatsoever. Very nice. Very light clutch, adjustable suspension. You can't go wrong really guys with one of these. Absolutely, I've had an absolute hoot on this for an hour. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please feel free to post any comments. Let me know what you think about this bike. Have you got one already? How's it going? Please feel free to share. Give me a thumbs up if you like this biking video, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you all again on the next review. Take care guys, ride safe, all the best. Bye bye.